It melts and just turns into something different.
Oh, the power just went out.
We're in darkness. What's up, everyone? We are back.
Woo!
Today we have a game that Lex is going to explain today. I am this small cutie.
I'm the very small cutie.
And she's going to explain the rules.
So we saw a few people I watch on YouTube play games similar to this, so we said, why not? So it's a game called Agree to Disagree. So we have some questions here.
Ooh, nice.
So we're each going to pull one question and read it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll ask or prompt us. And each of us at the same time, there's some papers here that say strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
Mm-hmm.
And after we read, we both have to answer at the same time to see if we agree or disagree. Pick wisely.
All right, I'll pick this one. Looks good. You should test drive the car before you buy it.
Oh, this is a bad one to start. Wait, before you do that, do you know what I mean by that?
Test drive the car before you buy it.
Do you see the winky face?
Oh, that's like something coded.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. To sleep with someone before you marry them.
No. Then I had to change my answer to strongly disagree.
That was such a bad one to start with.
Yeah, I broke the internet.
Disagree. I strongly disagree. I think that you should wait until marriage, until you explore that area in a relationship.
If it is like marriage related, you know you're someone, take your time, learn them, do not test drive anything. That's all I can say. But with cars, in my country, for real, you have to test drive it because it might not
real cars.
Yeah, it might not even reverse.
Oh, that was a great start. Let's reset.
All right, reset.
Agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. Flirting is cheating. 1, 2, 3. Agree. Explain yourself.
If you're intentionally flirting, then you're planning on leading someone on. So, yeah, it is cheating.
Yeah, I would strongly agree because if you're flirting, then you're just like setting the foundation to cheat.
Yeah, you're kind of opening a door.
It's you know the direction you're going if you're flirting.
Right. Why am I getting wrong answers all the time?
It can't be wrong. It's your opinion.
You and your partner should have passwords to each other's phone on social media accounts. Strongly agree.
Yes.
100%.
I would agree.
It is a good thing that leaves no room for the devil. Also, it helps like a human being not to live by the edge or at the edge of the cliff, because like when you leave any space, not even like a foothold, that's what the Bible says, like a foothold for the devil, he can use that to ruin the entire marriage, entire relationship. And you should watch out. Like most of my friends do not share their passwords, and it's kind of a cultural thing here. Because a man is a man, blah, blah, blah. But that is not what the man of the Bible is described as. Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to ask yourself, like, why don't you want them to have it? And usually it comes from, like, a prideful place.
Right.
Or a place of just, like, there's lack of submission. And when you don't submit to someone, then you're going to struggle. But also you have to be careful that, like, I think for us, speaking on our relationship, we have each other's passwords to everything, absolutely everything. And I think at the beginning, we're more like maybe we need to just like have accountability and check on each other. But in like this part of our relationship now, we have each other's passwords and have I don't know the last time we've logged into each other's account Or it's like,
Yeah, I think
hey, I can't find my phone, and so just grabbing yours to call my phone. Like, I don't need to ask you for your password.
right, and also it's a point of vulnerability in the sense that,
yeah,
like, when you get married, you will lose your space. Like, just so you know, you will lose your space. You will stop hiding. You
different stages of the relationship, you lose
Yeah.
more and more things.
Yeah, you lose, like, you break almost every
Sacrifice.
wall to an extent that you're comfortable with them seeing the scar that you always hide. You, like, that's like part of growth. And if you still hide, there's growth. There's more growth for you to explore.
Yeah. Okay. No.
What is
Okay.
it?
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You want kids within the first year of marriage. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I know I strongly agree because we want time. Once we're married, we want
Yeah.
time to work on ourselves and to like prioritize our relationship so that we can then in the future be the best for our kids. But
Right.
I put disagree instead of strongly disagree because I wouldn't be sad if it happened.
Like, there's an ongoing joke that says planned kids versus unplanned kids. Like, planned kids are going for swimming, planned kids are going for vacation, planned kids, like, they're going for all these good things, and unplanned kids are just like struggling. In other words, like, there's some pictures that you see and you're like, oh boy,
Because their families weren't financially ready for them.
yeah, they weren't ready for it. So, like, they're just like struggling with them. There's even a local saying in my culture that says every kid comes with their own blessing. So, like, we have like a lot of infants every year because of that same thing. Like, they keep looking for a blessing through kids, not realizing that you gotta be in communication with God. What does God want you to do, or something like that.
Yeah.
But the reasons why I strongly disagree is because that we just got engaged, we just got into the marriage. It's like our first year of being together. Like, there's a whole lot of things.
A lot of transitions.
Right. And kids always tend to take away from that because, like, you choose to focus more on the babies and ignore the other, not realizing that that is your better half. Like, that's your one flesh. That is like you gotta.
But once you have kids, you'll never have the full attention of your spouse until they're gone.
But
even when they're gone.
Right, but that's not like what we want for ourselves because
In the first year.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, we have kittens. Boy, oh man, like these kittens have stepped in my corner a lot of times that I know real kids are just gonna be they're gonna kick me
It's
far
not
away.
your corner fully yet.
No, like yeah, right. Okay, whatever, man. I already said. I already said. What is this word?
Elope.
Instead of having a wedding, what is that? What is elope?
You'd rather elope instead of having a wedding.
That means like
when you like run away to a place and get married with no one knowing you're there.
Oh yeah, that's what elope means.
Yeah.
English. Welcome to my world.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought you would have a different answer because you haven't enjoyed wedding planning.
I don't. Do
It's
not.
exhausting. They don't warn you enough about
what to
like
expect.
it's always the exciting things, or especially on TikTok, you'll see like all the exciting things about like dress shopping and decoration shopping and these DIY projects and all this stuff. But like, it's like a full-time job.
It is very surprising in the sense that you start with the big rocks of the wedding, figuring out the venue, the tent, the food, whatever, and then you go into the coloring,
small details,
the
which is
small
almost
details.
harder than the big
It is,
details.
and every small detail can cost you about like $50, and that's not really big until you realize you have
like 100 things that are $50, and all of a sudden the budget is through the roof.
Like, no way! How did I make it here? So like, yeah. But the good side of the wedding experience is that it's an unforgettable story.
Yeah. Okay, I know our friends are just so like they have a lot of energy, right? Like most of them have a lot of energy. They're just like really fun people to be around. So I know within a wedding setting, because also in our friends, we're the first ones getting married too.
Yeah.
So like in our family and friends, we're the first ones. So it's kind of some pressure leading everyone. But
Yeah.
I know like it will just be so fun. Like I'm excited about the reception.
Well, that's
I'm
just
excited.
about them, but
No eloping for us.
Yep, no eloping for me
Is it you?
either.
Oh, no, it's me because you didn't know. It is okay to be friends with an ex.
Don't play with the devil.
Yeah, strongly disagree on that one. Just because, okay, let me say it this way though. I think it's okay to not hate or be in like be in bad relations with an ex. Like I think it's okay to have clearance. What is that called? Closure. To have closure and not despise them when you see them, but I don't think it's okay to be friends with them, to always know how they're doing. Like maybe if you guys greet each other, it's fine, but to intentionally try to maintain that relationship, it's going to end up hurting.
One of the hardest part that people can never understand is that the healing process does not happen at the same time. Like you just don't get it like the studio is on, the studio is closed, like on air or off air or something like that. Because you might get the healing, you can get the closure, but then the other person might not be mature enough to receive it. And then,
or they might have other intentions.
Yeah, right. Because at the end of the day, like growing up, we have just gotten to learn that when as life goes on, you realize that even your exes get to grow and they start doing things that you didn't know that they could have done. Like, oh, he got so
like,
big, or
see
she
him
got
on
so
social media, and you're like, who is this person? Is this not the person?
And then the next thing you know, like you want to comment, you want to do things, but the best part, like the biggest idea I can ever give is to walk away,
set boundaries,
and focus on what really matters. Because like biblically, name any great icon in the Bible that had two wives or whatever that had peace. No one did. Like it's impossible. So for you in this 21st century to concentrate and focus on what God has put ahead of you, you need to do away with distractions, because like an ex can be a big distraction. Like how they text you, how they make your significant other.
Or you can start like comparing them. You know, like if you keep that relationship with your ex, even if you personally don't have intentions on pursuing them, if your significant other frustrates you in some way, you can be like, well, they never did that, right? And because you left that door cracked open, it's easy to walk back, you know? But you don't want to give those what ifs or comparisons. It's not healthy.
And it's also like wise for one to make up their mind, because the reason that's why you are in the second relationship is that because you made a choice. Because if you ever wanted to make amends or want something like that, you wouldn't have gotten into the second relationship. You would have fought for that existed. So if you have issues with moving forward, Jesus heals and you spread God.
All right, preacher.
All right, my turn. I want this one. All right, agree to disagree. You lied to each other before.
Of course, there's things that come across in a relationship that you maybe haven't gained the confidence to tell someone yet. So you're like, you can tell them no, you can tell them yes, even though you know that you're lying. And it doesn't matter. I will say this though. It doesn't matter your intent. If your intent is good or bad to lie. A lie is a lie and it's a sin in neither of them. So like, of course we have, because we're humans, we come from a sinful nature, but it doesn't mean it's right or okay.
Yeah, but also
and
like
it shouldn't become a habit.
Right. And we have lied. Most of the time that when you lie, it's because of maybe insecurity. Like you don't want to be overjudged or something, and they ask you, have you been here? Have you done this before? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not? But then you realize that is lying. Like honesty is a big thing that allows you to grow.
Allows you to trust each other too.
Right.
Of course, there's times, but also I would say if you're talking about things of that, I think maybe for us, I'm going to speak from my perspective, that I think those things of like white lies, you use that saying like like small lies that you think mean nothing, but of course to God they mean something. But regardless, like usually, at least for our situation, you found that they occurred more at the beginning of our relationship than now, because I think maybe we were excited or like wanted to impress each other.
Didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, we were scared, but honestly, I wouldn't advise anyone to that, because at the end of the day, if your intent is to marry that person, they're going to find out regardless.
Yeah,
so
it's just going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah, why elongate the process? Agree to disagree. Relationships are easy.
Boom. I know. Truth is, like, when you see someone else enjoying their relationship, it might really look easy for you. But one of the things we have learned over the years of being together is that what we find easy for us, it's not easy for other people.
Yeah.
Just like sharing passwords, it is easy for us, it's not easy for other people.
Okay, there. I have a question to piggyback this question.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the hardest thing in our relationship?
Well, I wouldn't consider it a hard thing. We both come from an independent background whereby we have like hustled, fought, studied, worked everything for our own selves. So like submission to accept help has been like the hardest thing in our relationship. Like,
that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, what do you think I was gonna say? Like being American and
No, I thought you were going to say about like you always have to like do things to show appreciation towards others or towards me.
Yeah, and also like learning someone's love language is like crucial, because like coming in the relationship, I was trying to like protect Lex and just like be nice. Hey, don't do this. And she was like, no, I'm a woman. I do this for myself. I was like, dude, I'm just trying to love you. So like, it took me learning that like how she receives love to start loving her. But I warn you guys out there, the love languages change over the years.
Yeah.
Like you cannot ice know it. It melts and just turns into something different.
The power just went out.
We're in darkness.
I will say though, adding to that, okay, I think it changes over years, yeah, of course. But I think honestly, it depends on like the situation you're in, I feel like. Because there's certain situations, okay, the love languages of like acts, the 5 of them: acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch,
Gifts, and what is the other one?
Acts of service, physical touch,
Quality time.
Oh yeah, quality time.
Right.
So they're all there, but I think when I'm in a season of like I just have a lot of work, that acts of service would probably show me more love because he's able to take some of that off of my plate.
Right.
But if I'm in a season or situation that's more like emotionally draining on me, which I've definitely been in, then like words of affirmation or something is going to help me more in that situation, because where I'm lacking is more of that emotional, where I need more encouragement, rather than if I'm emotionally not doing well and all you're doing is like working for me or like buying this or rearranging this or whatever, like it's not hitting that part that like needs to be hit.
Yeah, life is different.
Relationships aren't easy. Yeah. It's okay.
All right, you guys ready for this one? Agree to disagree. You wish your fiance was from the same country as you.
I just disagree.
You're just doing disagree.
The reason I put disagree instead of strongly disagree, it's not because of like you as a person.
It is.
But it's not. I say that because, okay, I don't want to say for him, both of us being Americans versus both of us being Ugandans. Either way, that's ball rolls. It would be easier logistically when it comes to like the legality. Is that the word? Is that the word?
It is.
Legality of like our relationship. For instance, if we were both from America, for instance, our bank accounts, our ability to travel, our
Social Security now.
our families, they would all most likely be from the same place. Same if we were both Ugandan, we would have the same benefits. There's so many things here that I pay way more for, like, what is that? Like
visas, walking permits.
Yeah, but also I'm talking about like if you go on a safari, for instance, you're going to pay tremendously, like probably 80% less than what I would pay, because even though I live here, you get some sort of a discount, but you know what I mean? So that's why I said disagree, because sometimes those things just make, they don't hinder our relationship, but they make it more work.
Well, for me, all that matters is what God wants for me. If He wanted me to have a Ugandan, well, I'm going to have a Ugandan, but I don't think that door is opening at all, because at the end of the day...
You don't think?
It's never going to open. Oh, now you're making faces. You want to lose me. I'm not losing you, babe. Reset.
Being friends with the opposite sex in a relationship is wrong.
Like me being friends with another female? That is not you? Is what?
Is wrong.
Is wrong?
1, 2, 3. I didn't know that's where I was going. It sounds hard.
Yeah, it is hard. we have friends that are respectful.
Yeah.
That have gotten through every sieve, and they have gotten through every quality checks, and they qualify.
Yeah.
But I would not say they're not boundaries built regardless.
Yeah. Of course, I think it's fine to have friends of the opposite sex, but I don't think it's fine to like go one-on-one with them, or like you would hang out with the wife or the female. Like, of course I would hang out with her, ask her to go out for lunch, to go here, to what, and those things, like, they're not a big deal, but
the thing is like we're not training you to be like hard people or whatever, but we just have to reference what the Bible says, because like you cannot stumble someone as much as you're strong in that area. So we have to be reminded that we need to be watchful and mindful of what the others, because like the more room you create for them to have a say, to have an opinion, that's the more you're going to like create a bigger space for messing up. Like you open a door for weird things to happen to your relationship. But if you have boundaries that are healthy, and you know that I can never do this, I cannot do that, that is being respectful to the people that God has God has blessed into your life, and being respectful and like honoring to your significant other.
Yeah.
Because like that is where the trust and everything comes in.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end of our all questions are out. That was the end of our session today. We just want to...
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It is good. And we're gonna have more episodes of this, because there's always like more things to share about.
Yeah. You should comment below
what topic.
Yeah, what topic or questions we should ask each other in the next video, or if we should do this again.
Right. And we just want to thank you so much for supporting, liking, sharing, commenting, because we know like you guys are low-key like watching these videos and just enjoying them, which is the purpose of them. And until next time, goodbye.
Thanks for watching.